Hello. I have the reflection today for the 25th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Our theme today is God's generous beyond our understanding. Many folks have a difficult time with this gospel. How can it be fair? You work a couple of hours and you get as much as the guy who worked all day in the hot sun. You would think that the guy who worked all day would get a little bit of recognition for his full day he puts in. But no. Surely he's got a right to be angry. But let's try a little bit of an experiment. Remember those old Choose Your Adventure books where you got to choose along the way? I'd like to do something similar. Let's look at a little bit of a different ending, although what I'm proposing might not be what you would expect. Let's put you in the story. You've been out in the hot sun, laboring all day, and you've gathered with all the other workers. You look over and you see your neighbor Joe. Joe wasn't one of the guys who went out to work in the morning, even though he was there in the square before dawn to try and get the job. You remember thinking he looked terrible, and your mind ticked off the things that were going on in his family, mainly his sick wife. And you thank heavens that you aren't in his place. What would you do if your spouse was unable to help and you had to be up a good part of the night taking care of her? He didn't come out with the group around lunchtime, so he must not have worked very many hours. And your immediate thought was, well, good. At least he'll get something. Every little bit helps. When the landowner comes out to pay, you're astonished when you see that Joe is paid the amount for the full day. You smile. Oh, how happy you are for him, knowing he's going to be able to take care of some of those bills that his family has amassed, and his family is going to eat dinner tonight. Your joy for your neighbor is so great that you are still so full of joy when you are called and you receive your pay. You accept it without a thought and you hurry home to tell your spouse the good news about your neighbor and his good fortune and how generous that landowner must be. So maybe that wasn't the ending you expected, but ask yourself, if Jesus was doing a choose your own adventure, which one would he want you to choose for your ending? A couple of discussion groups you might use with your friends and family. Consider the meaning of solidarity. How can a sense of solidarity help us to celebrate the good fortune of our brothers and sisters? Also, have you ever experienced God's generosity in your life? Have there ever been times when you've been on the receiving end of that unbounded generosity, like the laborer who only worked a few hours? And I challenge you this week, offer your generosity to someone who doesn't deserve it.